The group helping guide plans for Orleans Parish's new jail just wrapped up its first meeting in 12 weeks, and the size of that complex is still a big sticking point.
Yes, and the Lens' Matt Davis is back from this afternoon's meeting, and he has more on that.
Yeah, we were expecting them today to talk about the final number of jail beds. We were expecting the group to say there's going to be 1,500 jail beds or 1,700 jail beds, but in fact what happened today was they just punted on that decision yet again. And in fact Councilwoman Susan Guidry said that the reason for that delay was because Sheriff Marlon Gusman has been delaying the final decision.
So how many jail beds did the mayor had a consulting group come in and recommend a number, and is that number more or less than what the sheriff wants?
Well, the consultant that the mayor hired came in and recommended about 1,500 beds a year ago. But they also said that depending on whether or not the city made some policy changes, it could be up to 3,200 beds. Right, so it could be anything from 1,500 to 3,200 beds, and right now the sheriff is saying, you know, I'm not going to make the policy changes that would perhaps reduce it from 3,200 to 1,500 beds. He's just not agreeing to implement that program.
And why did the mayor get involved in deciding how many beds should be in the jail?
Sure.
Anyway?
I mean, it's a very political issue, obviously. I mean, the jail is the big building that everyone sees when they're driving down the I-10. It's a huge political hot potato because in Louisiana we incarcerate a lot of people. And I think the mayor's office was under pressure to get involved by jail reform advocates. But certainly the sheriff is an independent elected official and has responded pretty negatively, it seems, to kind of this pressure from the mayor's office to do this kind of reform.
So this has caused some tension between the sheriff and the mayor?
Absolutely, and it seems like that tension is only going to get worse until they decide on a final number of jail beds.
Well, because we talk about the policy changes, and those would be what, arresting fewer people for the more minor offenses?
That's right, and in fact the mayor has made some of these changes already. They're arresting fewer people on minor offences. The big one, the big sticking point right now is a thing called pre-trial services. So if somebody's been arrested and they're put in jail, but it might take them a long time to get to trial. So there are a lot of people sitting in the sheriff's jail who haven't gone to trial yet. And the pre-trial services program would aim to get those people out of jail quicker if they weren't a risk to the public. And that's the program that the sheriff has not given the go-ahead for just yet. And that seems to be causing the hold-up.
All right, interesting stuff. Thanks so much, Matt. And if you want to know more about this story, go to thelensnola.org.
Thanks.
Thank you.